Good morning, everyone. Lori from Boho Bevy Boutique here. Happy Palm Sunday. I'm going to do a little Easter crafting this morning. I've gone ahead and used my iron orchid design to make some molds. So I've already put the air dry clay in the molds and flipped them out and painted them just a little bit just to save a little time. So I know we're all busy, right? I'm going to decorate this Easter ceramic egg that I got at Target. It's cute just the way it is, but I'm going to doll it up a little bit because that's what I like to do. That's my thing. So we're going to start by putting on the molds, and then I'm going to put a glaze on top of the molds. And well, I'll probably avoid the molds, but I'll put the glaze on the rest of the egg just to doll it up a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of Tight Bond Quick and Thick. You're going to want this in your craft portfolio because it's the best glue ever. Tight Bond, got it from Amazon, of course, like everything. So you're just going to put a little bit of Tight Bond on. You don't have to with the clay. The clay would naturally stick, but I'm just going to be a little cautious here because this is a little bit of a bigger piece. It's a little fancy design that I'm just going to put on top of the bunny just to give it a little pizzazz. And what I did is I took some finishing coat, and I'm going to use this Frenchic finishing coat as my glaze, and I also mixed it with a little gold paint to put a little bit of gold touch on this clay just to give it a little pop because it needed just a little bit of pop. So I've got that on, and now I'm going to glue a little bit of fancy on the bottom here. And I would have, it comes with this burlap bow. I wasn't horribly excited about it, but it's glued on and I don't really feel like trying to get it off, so I guess we're just gonna have to live with it. So I'm gonna leave it, but if it were up to me, I'd put a prettier bow on it. That's just how I roll. I like to make things pretty, especially at Easter. So this is just a long leafy adornment, and I'm gonna stick that on the bottom of the bunny. So we just gotta make sure these are on there, sticking well, and you might wanna press down on the clay a little bit just to get it to stick a little bit better on the ceramic. If it were glass, it would be a little bit easier, but because it's ceramic, I'm going to have to make sure that it's adhering a little bit better. So that's on there. I have another little piece that I'm going to probably put on afterwards. Another little piece of little twig. So I'll figure out where to put that afterward. So here's my bunny. Again, I took the Frenchic finishing coat and I put a little dab of Frenchic Love Letter, which is a really pretty pink. And I'm just going to use this as a glaze. So it's watered down quite a bit. It's probably 1 part to 3 parts, 1 part paint to 3 parts finishing coat, because you don't want a thick layer of paint on this, right? You just want it to be kind of a light glaze. So I'm going to avoid the clay for now, and I'm just going to lightly, real light touch with this watered down paint. Again, I'm just going to go real lightly over the bunny because I really don't want to cover the bunny. I want him to show through, just want a little bit of color on him. So I'm just going to lightly stroke on the bunny. I'm going to actually take some of the color off because it's a little thicker than I wanted it to be. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of a light whitewash, light coat of paint, just a little bit of a glaze effect. Gotta be kind of careful where you're holding it. And I'm probably gonna have to let this dry and go back and smooth some of these brush strokes out, because I may not want to keep as many brush strokes in it. But the first layer always looks a little brushy, and then when you go back to smooth it out, it looks better. So don't freak out after the first coat, especially with Frenchic. I've noticed that people put the first coat on and they freak out thinking that that it's gonna be too brushy, but you really need to get the second and third coats on it. It's kind of like it's a chalk paint, but it's more similar. It's got a lot of porcelain qualities to it, so it really needs, just like a fine teacup, it needs a few layers of the paint on it to really get the effect that you want. So with this paint you really need a few coats, so I'm just gonna get the first coat on, not being super careful because I know I'm gonna go back and touch up the brush strokes. Tricky part's gonna be doing the bottom. And I might even later, I might go back and just touch up the bunny and get a little bit more of the paint off of him, because I really don't want him to be as dark. I want the bunny to show through. So I'll do that in a minute. Getting a little few fingerprints on here, but we can touch that up. So I'm just gonna take a paper towel and get some water on it. Always want to have water handy, right? In case you need it. Of a crafting 101, always have water and paper towels around. And I'm just gonna take it and lightly brush off some of the paint on the bunny, because I kind of want him to look, I don't want a lot of paint on him, so I'm just gonna brush back the glaze off of him a little bit. He still looks a little crunchy and cool with the paint, a little bit of paint on him, but I'm just going to take a little bit of the layer of paint off of him. See? He's showing through nice now, but he's still got a little bit of the paint on him. So again, I'm going to let him dry off. And I might even, after the paint dries, I'm probably going to add a little touch of pink onto the clay as well. Right now it's just got a little bit of gold on it. I'll go back and just touch it up a little bit with some of the pink, just to add a little character to it. So this is it for now. I'll go ahead and finish him, and then I'll post an after picture. I just wanted to come on really quick because I know people are busy. Palm Sunday, everybody's probably off running around. But isn't it cute? So we just, you take something that you buy and you just doll it up a little bit. It's really easy to do. And again, I'll put a link at the top of this video for bohobevyboutique.com if you're in the area, Bristol, Wisconsin. I have a booth in Cool School Antique Mall on Highway 50 in Bristol. And then bohobevyboutique.com, and I also have an Etsy site to get all of the supplies that you need to make this cute little bunny or anything else that you might need. Again, it was Iron Orchid Design Laurel molds that I used to put the molds on, and then Frenchic. I'll put a link in to order the Frenchic products as well. There's a 5% discount right now, and I'll put that link in at the top as well. Frenchic finishing coat, and then I used Love Letter for the pink glaze. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Again, happy Palm Sunday. Enjoy this beautiful day, and I'll catch you next Sunday, hopefully on Coffee and Crafting. All right, bye for now.